Hi, I'm Jo. I'm working indoors with a cup of tea because it's not very nice outside today. I'm talking to you about why I don't plant seeds at this time of year, and also why, despite my own rule, I am this year. So I don't usually plant seeds at this time of year because I end up overwhelmed with seedlings and plants I don't have space for indoors, and if I plant them out, I'm not past my frost risk, and then my plants die anyway. I have to start again. So I find that I plant in March. That's why I do that. Patience is definitely a virtue. Having said that, I do have a grow space indoors, I do have grow lights, and I am going to be planting asparagus. I've always planted them from, grown them from crowns before, but somebody bought me seeds last year, and this one's still ever so slightly green, even though we're at the end of January. It's died off in the last frost, so it's got to a 1 litre pot. They're all in 1 litre pots, despite having been loved and cared for, because it took ages and ages and ages to germinate. So I'm starting them earlier this year, but just my asparagus. I have chosen the variety Mary Washington. It's a heritage seed, which I will be growing, so it will have male and female plants. So the females you'll be able to tell because they will grow fruit. The variety I grew last year was a variety called Argental, which is an F1 variety, and they grew quite nicely actually for a first year. But I want to plant these out this year into an asparagus bed, whereas the ones I grew last year, I felt that they were a bit small, and I won't put them out into an asparagus bed until the end of March. So that's why. So for my planting, this time of year is very cold, so I bring my compost in. This has been in for a few days, but a day or two before you want to plant, and bring your compost indoors so it's not icy or frozen. Also, if you're using trays, plant trays in the cells that you've used before, do scrub them and give them a wash. Now, most people plant asparagus in a tray, they broadcast them on the top and then cover them over with compost. Last year, because I wanted to check how many germinated, my germination rate, I did them in cells and it worked so well. I had 100% germination, that I'm going to do the same this year because of so that's what I'm going to do. So I've scrubbed my tray, I've scrubbed my cells, I've got my compost in, it's lovely and warm. The other bits and bobs I have got, other than the seeds obviously, I've got a pencil because I'm self planting rather than covering the compost. I'm going to dip little tiny holes with a pencil, it's just the right size. And the other thing that I have is a spray bottle, more for once they're planted. I don't want to wash the seeds away with a watering can, so a light spritz to keep the top of the compost moist until they come up. Once they have sprouted, I will bottom water them on a capillary matting rather than top water, because that will keep the top layer of compost slightly drier and get the roots to go down to the water and stop any moulds or funguses or anything that grows on the surface. So that's what I'm going to do. The first step, what you must do is fill your trays. I'm just going to do the little cell tray to start with. So put the compost in, work it in. Sometimes you need poking about a bit with your fingers. I like the smell of fresh compost. It's nice and earthy, and if your compost smells gross, use it. It's either not composted fully or it's been stored and got mouldy or something. But usually the reason your compost would smell is it's not rotted it down enough, it's not decomposed enough, and you've still got smells of the original ingredients in there. So there we go. I filled my tray to the top nice and level. I've squashed it down so it's not in there. It's in there lightly, but I've just smoothed it gently so that there aren't any air pockets in there. Good air pockets in there. And then I did my little holes with pencil. Easy as. There we go. I'm just Now, this is the first year I've ordered from Plant World Seeds. They come in a little white envelope like this. I've got all the instructions on the front, what you need. And then they come in a little packet. See the seeds in there? And it's a bit like tracing paper. It feels like it's slightly moisture resistant, which is quite useful. Now the seeds, they're about a similar size to brassica seeds, and they look quite similar. They're slightly flatter, more oval, but roughly look like brassica seeds. I'm going to put one in each of my little dibbed holes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in a row. Hold them over. There we go. The rest of the seeds in there. Okay. And then later on, I will just give them a nice water, and then I will keep spritzing them, as I say, to keep them moist, and they should sprout up in a couple of months.